Welcome back. Up now, we have Dan McTeague from GasWizard.ca here for Forum Daily's weekly energy update. All yours, Dan.
Well, thanks once again, Nima. It's great to be able to talk about, for once, gas prices and fuel prices dropping, but the reasons behind them, I think, are far more alarming. First of all, let's put things in perspective. We can expect this week anywhere from a 5 to 10 cent net decrease in the price of gas. So those who are talking about demand destruction and that'll cause prices to drop or that they're going to go up dramatically, knowing the kind of week that we've had, may want to walk back their comments simply because there is evidence now that this is not about demand destruction, but rather a supply shortage. And some of the headlines that we're seeing today suggest that maybe the supply isn't as bad. We're taking him at his word, the energy minister Lavrov, that everything's fine in Russia, and in fact, their production is back up to pre-invasion levels. We also have to look at what's happened here in Canada, United States, around the world, where production continues to fall behind demand. So demand is there; it's going to remain there, but it will morph into other areas where we alarmingly are now starting to see what I had predicted several months ago. That we would see food prices go through the roof, that the shortages of urea produced by diesel, nitrogen produced by natural gas, not so much potash, but that would also have an effect. The cost of fertilizers would go through the roof. For now, the price of gasoline is going to see a bit of a reprieve. And I would think that not so much diesel, because there is still a significant constraint in supply. So in places like Vancouver, you can expect prices today at the 225 range to drop to about just under 218 a liter throughout the week. Victoria will fall in the same footstep. The rest of the province of British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, I'm not sure what's holding gas stations back. But if by this afternoon, we see another 30 cent 28 to 30 cent drop in wholesale prices on the Chicago spot market, I would think it's important for gas stations not to hold on to what would otherwise amount to, by Sunday, a 28-cent margin, a retail margin. We know they need 8 to 10 to 11 cents a liter to cover the cost of honoring your credit cards and turning on the pumps, paying for the electricity, paying for their overhead. That's understandable if it's 12 cents above the wholesale price, but not 28. So message out to gas stations in Edmonton, Calgary, Regina, Saskatoon, Winnipeg, even Thunder Bay, and all places in the interior of BC. That's Kelowna, that's Kamloops. I'm thinking here of anywhere really in the Okanagan, Prince George. Look at the GasWizard.ca. I can tell you what the prices ought to be. If you're not following them, you're not doing a very good job at serving your drivers. What we're going to see in Ontario is a very similar drop. We will be below $2 a liter by Sunday, especially in places like Toronto, Ottawa, Hamilton, and Montreal. You can look for prices, therefore, to drop into about the 205 range, 207 range by Sunday. And of course, if the market continues this really unwarranted meltdown, you can see maritime provinces eventually by next week finally passing on savings to consumers. Anybody who thinks regulated prices are great, look, when you're paying $2.15, $2.25 in the Maritimes, you got to wonder whether or not it's really worth it when the rest of the country is going to be below $2 a liter, despite the difference in taxes. If you think regulating prices is great and having bureaucrats make decisions as to what market prices should be, you're paying through the nose at the hose. I have to also say that the Canadian dollar has not shown any sign of strength, and that means not just for gasoline and diesel, but all commodities. Our purchase power is being eroded. Not that Chrystia Freeland or the Liberal government really cares about that. They believe that affordability can be reduced to one thing: $10 in 2025 for all for childcare and for daycare. So I have to understand that the priorities of the government are completely disconnected from reality. After all, it is the Liberal or the Trudeau-Singh government that has now really put a spanner into the works by cutting off pipelines, restricting oil and gas. We've effectively denied the world 2 to 3 million barrels of oil that it needs to balance and to get those prices down. And as a result, we've injured every consumer in this country by ensuring the Canadian dollar, trades at 132 pennies to buy one US dollar. We are all becoming impoverished. It's a hidden tax. And unfortunately, your government in Ottawa is completely oblivious to it, perhaps because they know they've got a firewall until 2025. In the meantime, expect cheaper prices throughout the week. Hang in there, and I think you'll be a little more pleasantly surprised. Every day you wait is an opportunity for savings. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks again for having me, Nima.
Sounds like bittersweet news, Dan. Thanks for that. Again, that was Dan McTeague, president of Canadians for Affordable Energy. Dan also runs the gas prediction website, GasWizard.ca. All right, stay tuned. We've got to go on a commercial break right now, but when we come back, we'll be taking a look at the fascinating world of cryptocurrency. Stay with us.